Hey there. In spite of everything that's happened, it is still another beautiful day. Let's watch some stuff.
Something that said, take a look at what happened. What happened.
So I did that little breakdown and the slowdown and put it all together, and I hope it's okay. I'm not very tech savvy. I'm learning a little bit as we go. As far as Trump, he was like facing this way, and then he turned this way, and then turned that way, right as it caught him in the ear. Now, if he had still been facing, down, it would have gone through his head. So it's like the trigger was pulled and he moved his head just in time for it to only catch his ear and not. It would be a completely different story if he hadn't turned his head. A lot of people are calling it, divine intervention. I think it's just pure happenstance. You know my position on that. And that picture of the actual bullet was, I believe, the second one. So there was two that were fired right as he had his head that way. One caught his ear, and I'm assuming the jolt of the weapon is what caused the other one to just graze past his head. Either way, freaking crazy, right?
CNN has reported the incident involving Donald Trump in Pennsylvania from a very different angle. Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally.
It truly is interesting how different news outlets present this information. Like, he fell. Really? But other countries are noticing what's going on as well. Listen to what Russia had to say.
Russia just blamed Biden's administration for creating the atmosphere for attack on Trump. The Kremlin said on Sunday it did not believe the U.S. administration was responsible for Saturday's assassination attempt on U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump, but that it had created an atmosphere that provoked the attack. But the atmosphere around candidate Trump provoked what America is confronting today. We do not believe that the attempt to eliminate and assassinate Trump was organized by the current authorities. Press Secretary for Vladimir Putin, Dmitry Peskov, stated it was obvious that Trump's life was in danger. After numerous attempts to eliminate candidate Trump from the political arena using first legal instruments, courts, prosecutors, attempts to politically discredit and compromise the candidate, it was obvious to all outside observers that his life was in danger. The style of using force and finding solutions has emerged in the U.S. domestic arena. Russia has always condemned any manifestation of violence in the course of political struggle.
Really?
The U.S. elections are their business. Russia is not going to interfere.
So our political main stage is so open for everyone to see, like the entire world. And it has gotten more and more heated over the last, 8 years, I want to say. And it's bad. It's bad. Just as the words that Trump said were interpreted by these individuals to storm the Capitol on the 6th, listen to the words that Biden has been saying that could have potentially egged this person on to do what he did.
The threat that Trump poses is greater in his second term than his first. It's clear that when he lost in 2020, something literally snapped in the sky. No, I'm serious. Now he's running again, and he's clearly unhinged.
President Joe Biden told a crowded Broadway theater in New York City last night that he was running for re-election because Donald Trump was determined to destroy the nation. Democracy is at stake. Let there be no question. Donald Trump and his MAGA Republicans are determined to destroy American democracy.
I feel like these last few elections have been particularly personal. They're disgusting. Like, they're just like children, just talking crap about each other back and forth, as bad as they can possibly get. But it's gotten worse, and they're attacking each other, like attacking each other verbally. And it's telling the people that this is okay, the way that we talk, because then we get behavior like this.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania.
I admittedly have not paid very close attention to politics for quite some time now, but I didn't know it was that bad. That is disgusting, that the people will actually take their feelings for their political beliefs and turn it into this kind of hatred. And then this crap happens, and the finger pointing, it's just as insane.
Stage. People are saying that Trump's attempt of assassination is all staged. This commentator said it sounded like a BB gun. And why aren't people running away in panic? This dude said this has to be staged because this picture is so perfect. Others are saying that it's staged because Trump tried to fist pump and the CIA, who was strong, couldn't even stop him. They say you are not Iron Man. But others are saying Trump is a G. He is a gangster. He didn't show any fear, yet he fist pumped his way out. I can't verify if this is true, but hey, it's CNN. And CNN states Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. The spicy comments are these ones that people are saying that this was actually an event done by the CIA. Others are saying that the FBI was also involved. Patrick said this: character assassination failed. Attempt to deflate savings failed. Attempt to silence him failed. Only option left to actually assassinate him.
That video had fingers pointing in every single direction, didn't it? And that is what's going on right now. Everybody is pointing in every which way, saying it was the Biden administration that put out the hit, or that Trump put out the hit on himself to get more popularity, or that it's a distraction because something actually is happening in the background, but the distraction was put on by Biden, or was the distraction put on by Trump? It's all over the place. And it is absolutely incredible. I also thought that it was an airsoft rifle when I first heard it, because it was just tack, 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 just the way that it sounded. But when you listen to other, footage and you see actual bullets, you kind of go, no, I was wrong. But yeah, fingers all over the place, pointing at everybody. I can't wait until it's all finally whittled down to just one guy who was off his rocker.
So Donald Trump being shot by a violent leftist is a victory for Republicans. It just is. There's no way for CNN to spin out of this one. But blood was spilt to earn that victory. And right now, the left is just infuriated that there is no one as violent or stupid on the right who would dare try the same thing with Biden. And I know, I'm just a retired cop with a law degree, but let's do a quick analysis on how this happened. They said that Donald Trump was a threat to democracy. So they went ahead and prosecuted him and filed charges for things that no one else would be prosecuted for. And when his poll numbers increased, after all these charges were filed, they went to their next trick. They tried to keep him off the ballot in several Democratic states. And Trump's polls continued to rise despite the dishonest rhetoric. And the shooting tonight by a violent leftist all but guarantees Trump's victory in November.
So that is a very bold statement. And that statement in and of itself is why a lot of people are saying that Trump put somebody up to this himself. I think that's ridiculous, because what if you get a sharpshooter that's not so sharp, or the wind's blowing and instead of, getting your ear, they got you when your head was like this. And then there would be no election. That's the dumbest thing, I think, actually. I don't think Trump put anybody up to this, because somebody else died, and that's awful. And I don't think anybody would want that. I don't think it was an inside job. I think this person just acted of their own volition, of their own psychoses.
Hey everyone, it's Dave Bondy. Just wanted to give you an update on some breaking news that actually other platforms are taking down. Within the last few weeks, the Trump campaign has asked the administration for increased security. They were denied. That's according to the Federalist. That is a report, according to the Federalist, that the Trump team, they asked for more Secret Service protection and they were denied.
I think there was a bit of an issue with the Secret Service that was present. They didn't act as hastily as they probably could have. There was several interviews with different individuals that had said, hey, you know, I told them there was somebody up there. They were pointing out that there was somebody up there being a little suspicious. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I am just baffled by some of the statements I've seen from politicians regarding the shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania today. Like, just take a look at this. This is from Republican Senator J.D. Vance, who's being considered for Donald Trump's VP pick. He said, quote, "Today is not just some isolated incident. The central premise of the Biden campaign is that Donald Trump is an authoritarian fascist who must be stopped at all costs. That rhetoric led directly to Donald Trump's attempted killing." Are you kidding me? They are really trying to blame this on Democrats? Really? This is not a moment for politics. This is not left versus right. This is one unhinged lunatic who decided to do something awful. This has absolutely nothing to do with Joe Biden's campaign, Donald Trump's campaign, or anything political. It is disgusting that in this moment right now, with something tragic like this happening, some people in politics, like this Republican senator, are choosing division over unity. They're choosing this disgusting garbage conspiratorial crap over unity. We as Americans are so much better than this. We really are. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. We are so much better than that. Let's put the politics aside and put the country first. Come on.
This is where I open my mouth and insert my foot, because I'm doing the same thing. I'm using this as a platform to be like, hey, look at this side. But I am still saying they're both doing it. And I don't think either side was put up to this. It's just one crazy dude that just decided this is what I'm going to do. But how can politicians come in and use this? Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yesterday was an absolutely crazy day, guys, but I wanted to wait a few more hours till more information came out to give you guys more updates. You can always follow me for the most accurate reporting. I don't care about being first or being the quickest to get it out. I want to make sure it's the most accurate information. And now this morning we have more information. So let me update you guys. First of all, they've ID'd the shooter. Although they haven't released it officially, it looks like there's already confirmation that the shooter's name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. Yesterday, I showed this image saying that the shooter shot from here and Trump was standing there. I was not right. Let me show you an updated picture. This is actually the updated picture. So the shooter was standing here, Secret Service was right there, and then Trump himself was speaking right there. Here's a better graphic of it. So the shooter was standing on an elevated position that was looking directly at where Trump was speaking. And this crazy video of Secret Service that we've seen circulating around was right next to Trump behind him. What's crazy to me, and I want you guys to think about this, Secret Service was directly looking at this elevated platform, yet the shooter was able to be there for a few minutes. Anyways, these are just some of many questions that will be asked in the next few days, weeks, months, who knows. I've seen reports that the shooter was a registered Republican, although I can't find any information of that. All I can find is that he actually donated through Act Blue to Democrats and progressive Democrats. Time and investigative reporting will figure out exactly who he was, what he was doing, his entire history. There's a ton of information being spread by everybody right now, but follow this account to make sure that you get the most accurate information out there.
There is so much speculation going on from both sides. And like I said, finger pointing all over the place. And what we need to do right now is focus on our country, because our country is in shambles. It's a disaster, and it's not one person's fault or another. It's everybody getting together and just being angry at each other. And it needs to stop. It's got to stop. On that note, I'm calling it for today. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Come on back tomorrow. We're going to watch new stuff. I'll say different things. It's probably going to be fantastic. Until then, have a wonderful day.